I'm Brian, this is Shamrock'n Records, and today I just wanted to show you my Barnes & Noble 50% off haul that everybody and their mother's showing. I planned on making this video 2 weeks ago, and I've just been kind of tied up with life, work, and everything else. Hopefully there's still a little bit of interest in seeing what I picked up. I hope. So let me just get down to it. I got a stack here. I have 13 records that I picked up. These were at 2 different Barnes & Nobles. These are from Albany, New York, which I went there, oh gosh, the Saturday after Christmas, whatever that was. I believe that was the very first day of the sale. And then about a week later, I went to Portsmouth, New Hampshire with Jonathan, the Cheap and Cheerful record collector. So, yeah, I'll show you what I got. So, first one, this is a classic. Don't really have to talk too much about the Jesus and Jerry, not Jesus and Jerry tree, really? Jesus and Mary Chain, Psycho Candy, 80s alt classic right here. I'm sure I really don't need to talk too much about this. I did not have a copy of this in my collection. I was holding out for an original. Original never happened, and at 50 off, I was like, I gotta just spring on the reissue here. Let's see, the next, take it out of the shrink, another classic, Tori Amos, Under the Pink. This is a record that I've wanted for quite some time, but you know, these reissues of like 80s and 90s records, they're always so pricey. This was like normally like a $25 record. You know, this was my introduction to Tori Amos. This came out in '94. You know, piano, singer-songwriter. And this was my introduction to her. I was like a freshman in college when I started listening to her. And, you know, I got the CD. I think I have it on cassette, but needed that on vinyl. I'm going to stick with the women. This is Patty Griffin, the Servants of Love. Patty Griffin is a singer-songwriter from Maine here. I live in Maine. If you saw my video with Jonathan, the Cheap and Cheerful record collector, on his channel, we showed one of my other pickups. It was Dixie Chicks, Fly, and I kind of mentioned that that was my introduction to Patty Griffin. They did a cover of one of her tunes on that, but she's just a beautiful singer-songwriter, very folky, Americana. This particular record, she kind of goes all over the place. You know, it's kind of bluesy, little jazzy. One of the songs has like a Asian kind of sound, Middle Eastern. So she covers the spectrum of musical genres. Fantastic voice, great songwriter. This next one, Ryan Adams, Follow the Lights. Say what you will about Ryan Adams. I know he's not a good guy. However, I still like his songs. This is like a 7-song EP. And the main reason why I bought this was for his cover of Alice in Chains, Down in a Hole. It's a very good cover, by the way. And I love my love for... I can't talk today. My love for you is real. I need another sip. So this is a Moscow Mule. So it's the very first time I ever made one. It's yummy. So... Alright, slow down, Brian. There we go. Another classic record. I actually showed this in my vinyl tag, The Replacements. This is another record. I know. I didn't have this yet. Unbelievable, right? Paul Westerberg and the Boys. This is one of the Replacements records I did not have because I, again, like the Jesus and Mary chain, was been waiting for an original. But some of these records I just want to have. So, Barnes & Noble, 50 off, really? I'll take this for $10. So, yeah, I mean, I was very excited. I'm very into, 80s and 90s alternative music, and, another one, Afghan Whigs. They just had so many of my favorite bands there, 50 off. This is Congregation. This is the Afghan Whigs' third record. If you're not familiar with the Afghan Whigs, they never really got too big, but they kind of hit a little bit in the mid 90s. They were on Sub Pop during like the whole kind of grunge thing, but they're not really grunge. They're a rock band that kind of has like an R&B tinge. Their guitar player, very R&B driven guitar playing. Lead singer Greg Dooley, very good lyric. I love his lyric. He's very sexual. He talks about relationships. I love his voice, but he doesn't have the greatest voice, but I love it. It's just like, I don't know if it's his style or the way his passion, the way his delivery. But his actual voice, I feel like he's kind of off key sometimes. I don't know. There's something about him. I just dig them. The whole band, they're just like one of the greatest rock bands. I don't think there's a ton of great rock bands currently. And Afghan Whigs are still putting out stuff, and they're fantastic. Greg Dooley, the lead singer, actually has a brand new record coming out in February, in a couple weeks, and you could actually pre-order that at Barnes & Noble right now. Another Barnes & Noble little plug, but they have an autographed copy on pre-order right now, so I do want to grab that. So yeah, the next one I picked up is another classic for me that I've just never have found the time or money to grab, but this is my favorite Jack Johnson record, On and On. His first, 2-3 records I just adore, just that chill, acoustic, summertime stuff, like if you're going to the beach, he was a surfer, grew up in Hawaii. I saw him on tour, actually, on this tour. I saw him open up for Ben Harper, but just, everybody knows Jack Johnson. You don't really need to talk about this. So, again, another pretty popular singer-songwriter from Maine, New Hampshire, Ray LaMontagne. This was his second record after Trouble was released. He put out Till the Sun Turns Black. This record, always so proud. This was a $26 record, and I have most of Ray's stuff on vinyl, but it's just like, come on, these records are all typically $25 to $35 a piece. A lot of the records I've been showing, so that's why I've held off for so long on a lot of these records that are just, for me, classics. A lot of these are just great records, CDs that I've always played, but just never had the money for them. So this Barnes & Noble sales have been fantastic for me. It really helped me. A lot of these records were on my want list. I got an Amazon list that I just keep everything. I check it all the time, looking for sales. And these are like records that I'm always looking for, like when I'm going out in used bins at like Newbury Comics here in Boston when I go out there. But you just never find them used. So enough of that. Van Morrison and Joey DeFrancesco. Jonathan just showed this in our video that we made the other day. Again, see, what was that? 26 originally, you know? But Jonathan picked this one up as well. It's very good. It's reinterpretations of a lot of Van songs with Joey, and he's playing trumpet on there. They're a little jazzed up, but he does like Celtic Swing. He does Magic Time, but then he also does some standards. Like I think Miss Otis Regrets was on. Yeah, Miss Otis Regrets. He does his classic, The Way Young Lovers Do. Just really great Van Morrison stuff, and you know I needed that. Let's see, I have 3 more. Trying to make this as quick as possible. This songwriter, or singer, I guess I should say, this record, it's an artist by the name Rumor, and she has several records out now. She's a English singer-songwriter. Well, I don't even know if she writes much of her stuff, to be honest. A lot of the stuff that I've heard is covers. I have a CD buyer that's all covers. This is all covers. This is Burt Bacharach stuff, and but her voice is beautiful. It's it's soft rock. She's very Karen Carpenter sounding. If you like Karen Carpenter, yay! I film these on my phone. If somebody calls, stops the video. So I'm going to have to put this together. So, Rumor, fantastic. If you like Karen Carpenter, check her out. Seriously, she is like the reincarnation of Karen Carpenter. So, and she actually does They Long to Be Close to You on this record. Fantastic stuff. Highly recommend her. And then the last 2 I picked up. This is one that I've been wanting for quite a long time. This came out, oh gosh, about 8-9 years ago, around 2011. This is Gillian Welch and her partner Dave Rawlings. From Dave Rawlings' Machine. They've been putting out fantastic Americana folk stuff for years and years now. This one was actually Grammy nominated for Best Folk Record and Best Engineered Album Non-Classical, and it is gorgeous. So, but if you saw it, it was $34 originally, so that's why I have held off. But I'm still waiting for them to put some more Gillian on vinyl. There's a couple out there now. But I'm waiting for them to put, Time, Revelation on vinyl. That will be fantastic. But my last one that I picked up at this Barnes & Noble 50 off was the newest solo by Sara Watkins. If you're not familiar with Sara's music, Sara was in the band Nickel Creek, or is in the band Nickel Creek. And the cool thing, I'm actually playing, what I'm playing in the background, if you can hear it, probably not, but this is the Decemberists, The King is Dead. And it kind of ties these 2 records together. Gillian actually does a ton of backing vocals on this. Dave Rawlings does a lot of backing vocals on this. But when they toured on this tour, Gillian couldn't tour with them, so they asked Sara, and Sara did all Gillian's vocals. Sara also is a great fiddle player, so she did all the fiddle on the Decemberists, and this was the Barnes & Noble exclusive with Sara's signature on the inner sleeve, which is very cool. But yeah, very, very excited to get that. I met Sara actually at that Decemberist show. They did an in-store when I was working at Bull Moose, but I didn't feel it was I didn't feel that I should be asking Sarah for autographs while I was working. So, anyway, I'm glad I was able to pick those up. I'm going to be making some more videos. Hopefully I'll be making videos a little more regularly. I've picked up a bunch of stuff already this year, but I really want to show off a bunch of stuff that I picked up while I was out of the VC. I literally didn't make a video for about 11 months. So I want to show some of my best finds of 2019, maybe some of my favorite records of 2019, what I've been listening to. I've been listening to some newer stuff, some older stuff, just all over the place, just delving in all over the map. So anyway, thank you for all my new subscribers. I have hit over 500 now. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. You have no idea. I've been so excited. And I would like to maybe try to do a contest. I know there's a lot of contests right now. I don't want to compete with Mazzy or Dylan or any of those guys. So maybe I'll wait a little bit, do a contest once things kind of slow down. And yeah, so thank you guys. Cheers.